Look at how juicy. Seriously, one of the juiciest breasts I've ever seen. So we've made our way through another huge chunk of Thanksgiving dinner. Now we have a whole bunch of sides that we could possibly put together. You don't have to make all of them, but what's nice about having a variety is that each year you can sort of rotate in and out and try new things, and depending on how many people come, make more or less, or just kind of experiment with what the right mix is for you guys. And I think I kind of want to do at least one turkey recipe every year. And when I'm thinking about these turkey recipes, I really want to go over really simple, approachable ways for you guys to cook a turkey. Last year I did a whole turkey, which is just a classic way you present it. Everybody should know how to cook a whole turkey. And the upside down method, I think, is a killer way to do it. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to do a spatchcocked butterflied turkey, which is way more practical. We're talking about a piece of meat that its shape doesn't lend itself to roasting, and you got two different muscles. What butterflying it does is just flattening it all out. It speeds up the process. It sort of makes it a little easier. I think it's another really simple, approachable way to cook a turkey. The presentation is not a whole bird, but the presentation of a flat bird laid out, I think is just as cool. So that's what we're gonna do today. A nice butterfly, beautiful, dry brined, crisp skinned turkey. And today is Monday, and I plan on cooking this Wednesday, so it's 2 days before I'm cooking it. We need to prep it and get it ready for dry brining. Sort of a multi-step process. If you're getting it out of a bag, make sure you don't get this liquid anywhere. Okay, so here we are. We have our turkey, and this is about a 10-12 pound turkey, and I got just a basic one from the store, nothing too fancy. I wanted to show you, they come with these stupid pop-up thermometers that don't tell you when the breast is done. They basically tell you when the legs are done, and if you go by that, the breast is going to be super dry. But since a lot of them come with it, I wanted to get one and show you, don't do anything with it, leave it in there. We're just going to ignore it and use real thermometers to figure this out. We got to take out the neck. We got the giblets hidden in the back. All that's going in a bag that's going to be used for stock. I have this Ziploc bag. All of this is going in that, along with the backbone that we're going to eventually cut out of this bird. I just want to take that plastic thing out, and there we have it. So now I got these shears, right? I went out and bought these, and I'm going to dedicate them exactly to this purpose. With a chicken, it's a little bit of a smaller thing. You can kind of cut the backbone out with shears, regular kitchen shears. A turkey's a little bit trickier. So getting yourself some of these, dedicating them to this process is something I think is a good trick, and I learned it from my buddy Mike over at Everyday Barbecue, who does videos with me for S&S Grills, so shout out to Mike for this idea. So here we are, we have our turkey. This is the top of the turkey. We need to flip this guy upside down, and this is the breastbone right here. We are going to cut that out, and this is going to help us do that. Just going to go in with the shears and cut. Makes it really easy. And then this is going to go into my little stock bag. Now it's really important that you don't cut the oyster. You gotta keep that oyster in there. It's that beautiful, perfect piece of turkey that sits on the bottom of the bird. And we want to just split it down the middle. So you want to kind of score it a little bit. And then you kind of want to break the bone. Just like that. So I'm going to put this bag of the neck and all that kind of stuff away until I'm ready to make stock. So this is in good shape. Basically what we want to do now is kind of Clean this skin a little bit, pat that as dry as we can, then we're gonna apply generous amount of salt over the entire bird, upside down, right side up, and then we're gonna get this on a sheet tray, throw it in the refrigerator uncovered for 2 days until we're ready to cook it. Dry that skin out real nice. So I have my sheet tray, and then I have a wire rack. I wanna elevate that guy. And this is what we're gonna cook the bird on, so we don't really have to fuss too much. So I patted dry the skin. Now I'm going to flip this onto its skin onto the sheet tray, and then we're gonna finish this up on the sheet tray and clean everything up. So now what we're gonna do is dry brine this. This is a dry version of a wet brine. We're just gonna salt it on all sides, and this is great because we can get that meat seasoned really well, which we can't when we roast the bird whole. You want to get it all over on the skins, on the legs. It's going to season the turkey really nicely. I just want to flip it over, salt the top, and then get this into the refrigerator and let it sit. That's all I'm gonna do to her. Throw her in the refrigerator uncovered, and it's gonna make that skin real nice. We've been dry brining this for 2 days, and as you can see, it's gone through a little bit of a transformation. What's just happened is that salt kind of punched through that skin and that meat to flavor the meat within. It's sweat moisture out and then suck that salty moisture back into the bird. That's essentially what a brine is. But as opposed to a wet brine, this is doing double duty, and since we've kept it in a refrigerator uncovered, the skin has shrunk and dried out. If we wet brined it, it would have been way harder to get the skin crispy, but now, as you can see, it's very dried out. That's exactly what we want. Now I don't want to fuss too much with it. I'm just going to add some oil, and I'm not even going to add pepper. I really just want this bird to shine. I don't want to add any herbs or anything. It's going to mess with the color. I just want a beautiful golden brown turkey all the way through. And since we butterflied it, it's really going to allow us to kind of cook it high and fast, brown that skin up really crispy, and cook this bird in a lot quicker of a time. This is why I like this method, because it's still gonna look really cool if you present it like this. I'm gonna oil it up, get oil all over the place, really well oiled, and then I'm gonna insert thermometer. This thermometer, you've seen this is what I use. If you bought my plan of attack, there's a giveaway with a whole bunch of goodies that I use in my kitchen, and this is gonna be included. So hopefully one of you wins these guys. I'm gonna put one into the breast where this little pin is. I'm gonna take that out, and then one in the thigh. So just to get an idea of where we are. I don't need to open up the oven and fuss and do all that kind of stuff. I know everything that's happening while I go hang out. So I'm just gonna oil it and get it in the oven. First thing I wanna do though is pat this dry of any excess moisture, any kind of salt that's on top, and just get this guy ready to cook. Straight into the oven now. So that's in there. I anticipate it's going to take about 1.5 hours. That's it. 90 minutes should be all it takes to cook this turkey, which is substantially shorter than cooking a whole bird and making your life more difficult. So there's so many benefits to this method. What we're gonna do is wait till about 45 minutes, give it a look, and then we're likely going to wanna rotate it so we can get some even browning and have that direct heat kind of pound the other side of the legs, because right now it's pounding one side of the legs which I like. It's gonna help cook those a little harder than the breasts, which is what you want. Then we'll rotate it and then possibly baste it in a little bit more oil. Get that skin nice and browned. You could even butter baste it at this point. And then that's it. We're gonna rest it, get it on the board, and then that's it. I got my thermometer with me, so I can just hang around the house, sit by the fire, let this guy kind of go. So we're just gonna hang out. We're looking for the breasts to get to 155, and the legs need to get above 165 to be cooked, but we want them closer to like 180, 190. At around 200, those legs become really gelatinous and fall apart, almost like pulled pork. If we can achieve that and we can get the breast to around 165, that's really our goal. So we're just gonna let this thing cook. So that 144 is the thigh, 95 is the breast. That thigh is the one closest to the heat. So what we want to do is now rotate it so that other thigh gets cooked hard as well. It's so close to the heat source that it's getting more heat, which I want. But I just want to kind of cook it evenly. So right now I'm just going to turn the turkey around in the oven, baste it with a little bit more oil, and then continue letting it cook. That worked out better than I expected. These guys are gonna fall apart. The thighs and the legs, they're gonna be like pulled pork. The breast is, you saw it, cooked to 165. So at 155, we pulled it, let it rest up to 165. But somehow we managed to make it all work beautifully. And that's what we want. Now what you would do is you would just kind of get this off and let it rest. And then you have all of these juices. Now I wanna get that fat out of there because that fat I'm gonna use next episode for something really special. But what you would do then is just after you degrease this pan, got the fat out of it, you would add water, you would deglaze it, and then add it back to your stock, the turkey stock that we made from last year. I'll leave a link down below. It'll be in my holiday playlist. It's in my holiday plan of attack, which if you have not purchased it, go down in the link now and buy it. But then you would just take that and add it to your stock and then make your gravy from there. But today all we really need is that fat. So I'm gonna save this for my Thanksgiving and my stock. And then that's gonna go into my fridge. That would obviously just go into your stock and you would use that to make the gravy. These legs are about to fall off. So I'm just gonna go in and remove them. They should just come right off. Now I wanna get these herbs out. These herbs, I just wanted to show you how to present it. Now to take off the breasts, you've seen me do it last year. It's the same thing. Find the breastbone and just cut alongside of it. Gonna make a little cut at the bottom of the breast. And then just start to peel it away. Look at how juicy. Seriously, one of the juiciest breasts I've ever seen. Now you could pull all this white meat. Oh man. Dude, that is juicy, salty. That's perfect breast. Literally, we got some really juicy meat right in here. Dude, you could pull this and add it onto the board. And then you save this carcass and you make some soup.
Right into a bag.
That's the way it should be. See how it shreds? That is the good stuff. If you cook the thigh to that high temperature and the legs, I guarantee you it'll convert you into a dark meat person, if you aren't already. I don't know if you could see that, but that's literally dripping in juice. It's good stuff. So here's the moral of this story. Turkey's not that hard to cook. It is possible to cook the breast nicely and the thighs to a high pull apart temperature. And anybody who tells you to just forget about the bird, it sucks, worry about the sides, don't even try to get the bird tasty, don't listen to them. Run away from them. They're not giving you good advice. All you need to do is to understand a few basic principles of cooking and you get beautiful, tender, pull-apart turkey. And you saw it, folks. I didn't bust my butt at all. Basically sat around doing nothing. 2 turkey recipes that will ensure you have a delicious turkey on Thanksgiving. I'm very happy. And I think you will be happy, your family will be happy. If you can nail a juicy turkey breast, you get that perfect thigh meat, and you got the perfect Thanksgiving. As always, this and all of my holiday recipes will be linked in my holiday plan of attack. This Sunday, the 24th, is going to be our holiday hotline. That happens if you get the plan of attack. So I'll be available for the live chat all day on Sunday. I have a new video releasing today or tomorrow for exclusive content for the plan of attack. And then I should be releasing a video shortly on how to pick wine with a sommelier. So stuff you don't want to miss. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to my patrons. That's all that I have today. I'll see you next time. Until then, take care of yourself and go feed yourself.